heroes or potheads. So why drink and drive when you can smoke and fly? Peter Tosh said got to legalize. All my heroes are potheads.
Welcome, everyone, to another season here of Comics on Cannabis, where us as comedians partake in the lovely plant, either consuming it, smoking it, imbibing it, just talking about what's going on in the world, and just having a good time. And, of course, we are here with our lovely, I don't even know if you're a new host anymore, but you're our host here. What's up, Sue Golden?
Hi. Thanks for having me again, and I'm happy to be here.
And the amazing Derek Michael. Remember him from last season? What's up, D?
That's right.
Derek back in the seat here at Comics on Cannabis. How you feeling, dude? It's been a bit.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've been here, and I'm glad to be back in the studio.
Absolutely. And we're glad to have you back here. And, of course, with us, we from the first episode, Bucky Beaver is back here from Buc-cees, and the wonderful company, Journey Hemp Company, with our fizzy drink, our official fizzy drink that we loved. You really enjoyed that last time we were here.
Let's crack it open.
Should we crack it open here?
Of course. What are we waiting for?
You're right. So today, do you remember what flavor we had last time? I forgot.
Was it like guava, I think?
Was it guava? I don't know.
Yeah, first it was a pineapple something.
Oh, well, actually, this is the pineapple one, too, but we like the pineapple.
We drank two of them.
We went a little crazy on this, but it's an amazing Delta 8 where we're going to drink here to, and there's.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
You get the Bucky cup.
Alrighty. Cup. Guys, cheers. We're going to kick off this episode, as we always do, with a little infused cannabis drink.
That's good.
That is really good.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah, it's delicious.
Really is so good. But, yeah, we're back. Difficult week this week, man. Like, I was sick. Sue got sick. Derek, something was going around. I think you weren't.
My sister was sick. Yeah, there was a lot of people that were sick.
Everybody was, like, getting a little bit of something.
Yeah.
And, like, that's why we kind of took a little halt here to make sure that everyone's healthy, just in the studio, making sure everyone's healthy, everyone's good. I still got a cough, but it's not as bad as it was.
Right.
Like it was not a good thing. So,
It's good for that.
Weed.
Yeah.
It was yeah. There you go. When you were sick, did you do the cannabis thing too? I did like NyQuil. I did NyQuil and then a little. It was crazy. So I don't know if it was the NyQuil that knocked me out, or if it was the indica
or the fifth of Jack,
or the Jack, or the weed I was smoking, but something knocked me out, and it worked.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess it worked. As long as something knocks you out, you feel better, don't you?
Yeah, well, sleep, and vitamins.
I did soursop and the liquid soursop drops, and I did a little bit of weed. That's all.
Yeah. What was wrong with you, Sue?
I had a congestion, cough.
Yeah.
Everything, yeah.
It was I was like, it's okay, you're always gonna be beautiful. Like, just we'll zoom you in, because we were gonna do an episode, and then she was like, nah, I feel like gross. I can't talk. I'm snot coming out of me. So I was like, all right.
And now I still like, I didn't want to sound, I mean, I have these two guys here, they sound great. They have these podcast voice, and I'm here sounding like like a guy, and I didn't want to sound worse coming in with a cold. So,
you sound amazing.
Thank you.
You sound amazing.
Thank
you
you.
always sound amazing. You always look amazing. Derek, not so much.
Oh, thanks.
Derek, obviously not so much. But let's get into this, which is we're just gonna run right into things that we find interesting that are up and coming and stuff. But what we have to talk about first is, if you saw our first episode, we found out what Buc-cees was, and I don't feel as bad because Derek just told me he had no idea what Buc-cees was as well.
I just wanted you to feel good.
Did you know what Buc-cees was at all?
I didn't.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, you had no idea what Buc-cees was.
No, I didn't. No.
So Buc-cees, apparently it's like a south of the. It's not even like well, Ming's here too, our producer. So it's not like a south of the border. It's more just kind of a. It
started in Texas. It's a southern thing. So if you're above Nashville, you don't know what a Buc-cees is, but it's coming. Get ready. The beaver is coming.
The beaver is coming.
Yeah.
And apparently people go there. You can. It's a stop where you can get food. You can get drinks. You can get. It's like a
But
stop
on steroids.
on steroids.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I still hear when you say the beaver's coming. And I just
The beaver's coming for you.
the beaver's coming.
Beaver's coming.
Is this like an outdoor thing?
No,
Or-
it's totally indoors. It's-
No, imagine if like a rest area crossed over with a Walmart, and
Oh, that doesn't sound
Yeah.
fun at all.
well,
like-
not with the weird people and all that. Just imagine like 100 gas pumps, the cleanest bathrooms you've ever seen, a huge wall of beef jerky and candy,
Oh, wow.
a guy in the middle chopping up brisket and pulled pork for sandwiches. And then that's just half of it. The other half is all merchandise with this beaver on it,
So it's like half like a fair, a festival or something.
all celebrating this beaver. Yes.
and
Oh,
people
okay.
go to this on their own.
Yeah,
People,
local- yeah.
people make this a destination, right?
Well, my rule is if one's coming up, I stop. That's the rule.
You have to.
You have to.
Okay. See, that's where I'm going to go now, too. So I want to drive to Florida. I go back to Florida here and there, and I'm definitely going to stop at Buc-cees. And it's
Yeah.
on the way. You don't have to
It's on
go
the
off.
way.
You don't have to get off that for it's.
No, I imagine there's one on the way to Florida.
I didn't even ask you this. Remember south of the border, there's all these signs. Does
Yes.
Buc-cees have as many signs?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they
yeah.
do?
Oh yeah. There's like Buc-cees 500 miles away, 400, 300.
Wow.
Okay.
And then they'll have like little catchphrases too,
Okay. So
like the beaver is coming. 25 miles.
Wow.
the beaver's coming just for you. So
Free beaver, 25 miles.
I got obsessed, and I got obsessed with it, with Buc-cees. So I start like Googling it, and I'm gonna make it a destination, there's no doubt. And then what I find out is Buc-cees is so big that you can't even try to rip off what they're doing. There's a company, and if we pop, look at this. There's a company where Buc-cees is suing a North Texas gas station chain over logo similarities. Now, Buc-cees is, as you can see, a beaver with a red hat, and I guess this gas station chain is a dog with a red scarf. I don't know how similar they look. Now, if you were the CEO of Buc-cees, would you get pissed at that?
No.
no.
What's the name of? Do you know the name of that one with the dog?
Let's see here. Buc-cees here, Texas, favorite road trippers.
Bussies. No, I'm kidding.
Buc-cees. Lucky.
It doesn't even say it here. It just says a chain of Texas-sized service stations. And they're favored by road trippers, tourists, and locals alike, and they're getting pissed off. But if you look at that, it's a copycat, I guess.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's,
I don't think so. Do they have a wall of beef jerky? Do we know?
You know what? It's a gas station. I don't even think it's not even similarly as large as Buc-cees.
And how's their bathrooms?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I think Ming
love
said
there's shit everywhere.
Ming was like saying. Ming was like saying.
It's
If I,
yucky.
remember, Ming was like saying, if I could take a shit at home or Buc-cees, I'd go to a Buc-cees.
That's so funny. That's right.
Look.
I think you mentioned eating off the floor or something in there too.
It's that clean. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. So, but
I'm not kidding. Like you going to take a dump, like you get your own room basically, and it's
I like
clean.
that.
There's not shit everywhere. It smells good. You're comfortable. Like that, and all day, every day. Like
Yeah,
I don't want to leave. That's how great it is. I'm not kidding.
Make it your new office.
dude, I swear, if I fucking go and I gotta take a shit, and he's sitting in there, I'm like, Ming, you're like, Ming, what are you doing?
Well, no, there's like 25 like individual stalls in there. Yeah, there's no. I mean, unless you're trying to get into my stall, we're not running into each other.
That is.
You won't even know I'm there.
Well, I'm glad. I'm not looking to walk in on me taking a shit. I mean, that's not why I want to remember Buc-cees.
Yeah, no. I'd rather just hold it.
Well, I'm seriously,
I
but
hate pooping
that's how
anyway.
big Buc-cees is. That's how big Buc-cees is. Where people are like, you know what? I'm just trying to I guess emulate the success.
All right, well, this North Texas gas station, they're not doing like the same type fare stuff where there are vendors and everything too, right?
That's my point, though. The point here is the fact I think they want to get that big. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just trying to get that big.
Well, I mean, any time you have a great idea and somebody's making money, you're going to see other businesses that are similar pop up.
Yeah.
That's not going to stop.
Yeah, but the suit,
To not have that happen is called a monopoly.
that's true. That's true. But Buc-cees, I don't. They're not monopolizing yet. We're all looking forward to it, and I still got to go to one. Like I'm the biggest fan. Like I said, I found that because I was googling Buc-cees. Like I'm obsessed. That's why he's here. He's talking about it. I'm obsessed with this place. I never even been there.
This is how great they are. You're a fan. You've never even been there.
I never been there.
You've never been there.
I got. I here. You know what? I'm gonna tell. Here's the Buc-cees again.
And here's to our listeners
Here's
and
our
our
listeners,
viewers.
and that's right, our
Thank
Delta
you.
8.
Thank you.
Ah, that is good. So what else is going on, guys? So I guess. Oh, wait, more. More Buc-cees. Wait,
A tinier one.
and we got Buc-cees everywhere. See, because of Ming, I'm obsessed with this stuff. I'm obsessed with Buc-cees.
Cool.
I'm obsessed with the beavers.
So now is that Simon, Alvin, or Theodore?
It's that's right. He's a beaver. They're chipmunks. Oh, and wait a minute. See, now why aren't I drinking out of this? How come I'm not drinking out of this? Where was this when we started the podcast?
I was hoarding it.
See, now I'm gonna be taking that. This more Buc-cees. Once again, I gotta get a Buc-cees T-shirt.
Yes.
I gotta get a Buc-cees hat. Next time you see me, we're gonna podcast. I'm gonna call the manager and say we're gonna podcast.
What size are you? You're large?
I'm a large.
Okay. Duly noted.
I'm a large Buc-cees fan. So
If they hear this podcast, they're going to make you their promotions.
saying.
I'm all in. I'm all in.
You're their PR guy now.
Well, Ming said it the best. I haven't never even been there, okay?
Right.
But just him talking about it, Googling it, people, you can YouTube and people going there. These cute little things that are popping up, it just seems really cool. And once again, I got to go to Miami, not so I might actually just drive for the Buc-cees.
Yeah,
like fuck flying, man. The Buc-cees is where I want to go. But we got Buc-cees going on there. What else is going on? And we have to talk about it, I guess. Is Trump's our new president? Look at that.
Yay.
Trump is our new president, number 47. What do you think about that, guys? Talk to me.
I love it. I love that.
I mean, it's going to be hilarity again. I mean, there's going to be no shortage of comedy.
I got no problem with it. I just don't, because did my life change all that much when Kamala Harris or when Joe Biden was president? Was like
I don't think you see the effects of anything really for years down the road.
So if it doesn't really affect me all too much,
I hear you.
I mean, what I did get a kick out of more than anything, I think, is everybody just freaking out online, like the feminists and the women just like losing it. Like there are pages of them just losing it, saying, "Oh my God, I can't have him touch my pussy" and stuff like that. Like it's like what? It's like what?
Because I'm sure he wants to.
Well, yeah, exactly. You've seen these girls, right? They look.
Because why would he want it? Why wouldn't he want it?
Nobody wants to touch these girls, but like they're freaking out. Like these feminists are totally freaking out for no reason at all, just hating him because they think he's just this crazy weirdo, which he is. He's not normal to a certain extent.
You know what interesting is? Our algorithms are so different.
Why is that?
None of these feminists, you hate them, and they're everywhere on your feeds. I bet because you hate them. And
No, not really. I don't really.
I don't see any of that. I go on TikTok and I'll go on other socials and I don't see it. I don't know what my algorithm. It's just not the same thing.
Well, I had other podcasts poke the woke too. So
you're getting things from
exactly.
Yeah.
So people that hate Donald Trump. You're not
going to get bombarded with that if you don't go looking for it. That's my point.
Well, he sees his on Pornhub, Ed.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why he uses
he goes to Trump-hating feminists on Pornhub.
What made it funny too? They had, I think at the
least searched.
I think on the inauguration, I think he had the Village People perform.
Oh, the YMCA.
Yeah, right. And that was crazy. So the LGBTQ audience went crazy, saying, "Well, how can they have him perform because they're all gay except for the cop, except for the lead singer. I think they're all gay."
Yeah.
So and they just freaked out, saying, "Well, why would you perform at his inauguration?" And it's like really, it's almost like a reason.
Now,
you're giving yourself a reason to hate the guy.
This was the original Village People.
Yeah, the original people, the Why Am I Gay?
How old are they?
100?
And how do we know the cop's not gay? Is this they said it or?
I think he was married.
Okay, and what does that mean?
Well, I'm not saying he doesn't chug.
Sometimes it's just a beard,
Well, that's true. I'm not saying he doesn't chug cock, but what I'm saying is what I'm saying is most you look at them. The Indian guy is gay. The construction guy is gay, but that's fine. But they're just you're having a problem with Donald Trump because think about that. Why would anybody have a problem with anybody performing at their inauguration?
No, I don't think it was like a problem. Like for me, at least, it was just like Trump is pretty much anti-everything these guys in LGBTQ stand for, and they're performing at his inauguration. All those comments are saying, you know what that whole song is about? It's about taking boys into the boys' room and closing the door.
Yeah, but I don't think Donald Trump. Like I said, I think it's a reason. I think he's just giving. You agree with that too. It's like and the same thing with Joe Biden. It's almost like politically they're gonna talk and they're gonna find something to get upset about, and that's fine. You know that, but why? Why the divisiveness? Why the hate? Why?
Why are you relying on a president to make your life better or worse?
Why? Well said.
I don't know. I don't like. You're giving anyone your power. Then listen, just stay in your own experience.
I'll tell you right now, yeah.
But I don't like paying $9 for eggs. I gotta be honest. Like, and these people are blind to the fact of the inflation that occurred. Like, come on, you cannot deny that. It's hard. Like, people can't pay their bills. People can't get out. Like, come on.
Well, this is why people get upset. But right, but
you can hate Trump all you want. Those are your personal feelings, and I respect everybody's right to have their feelings. But when you're just hating them, and your personal feelings are having you vote against him rather than what's right for the country and what's better for the people of the country,
right?
Then there's a problem,
If it affects you,
well, there's a
problem. If it affects you, you can hate that person, or not. Hate's a strong word.
You shouldn't hate anybody. And
right?
If you hate someone, you hate yourself.
You're true. You shouldn't hate anybody.
No.
True.
Hate's a very strong word, right? But yeah, if it affects you, like inflation, I can't buy eggs. My car exploded and I can't afford gas. Like there's certain things.
Oh, do you want a Tesla?
It affects. Well, we'll talk about that soon. But if it affects you personally, then yes. You
and it does, doesn't it?
It does, but when you talk about something like, if
you work for the government, it affects you right now.
But right,
now, yeah.
If you work for the government, you're pissed. You're like, I was working yesterday in my underwear, and I can watch my kid and work at the same time, and now I'm screwed.
Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you this. How it's going to affect, or how it should affect all of us, is because we love this plant, right? He is in office. Now, will he sign that executive order for the cannabis industry?
I hope he does, but I don't think it'll ever pass.
Well, here it is.
Because I don't think he can do it through the executive branch.
That's exactly right here. So he signed the executive order. He claimed on Twitter, X now, that basically the executive order would legalize cannabis, but that was debunked because of what you just said.
Right.
So the executive order can't override the Controlled Substances Act. So, because of that.
And Congress will never, ever legalize it federally because of the Bible Belt, pretty much.
Politicians.
They think it's a gateway drug, They think it's they think it's against Jesus Christ, and God help you if you are, you know what I mean?
Politicians, they're just not going to get it together with cannabis.
No, that's why it's a state thing. If you look, look at the states that have legalized it. Like 60% of them are liberal. Like 40%. Like if you're looking for a Republican to do this, it's probably not going to happen. It would have to be.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as that. It's Republican.
If you had, and it was an issue for you. It would have to be an issue because most people are going to talk about healthcare and they're going to talk about the economy. They're not going to make their big number one issue marijuana.
Well, I think
they're just not going to do it.
Well, the Congress doesn't.
They should.
They don't want to interfere with the medicines that they have out now, the medications, and they know that marijuana may have some healing effects that they're not going to profit from.
And Big Pharma doesn't own that.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's another reason.
We all, the three of us know that whether they ban it or not, we're still going to smoke. Like, it doesn't, you know what I mean? It's not going to be like, oh no, where are we going to get?
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah,
100%. Bless you.
We were smoking it. We were smoking it like when it was just full on illegal.
My mom gave me my first joint when I was 7. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Because I was like 12. I was like, wow, all right. I didn't
that explains a lot. That explains a lot with Derek. It really does. But
nobody cared when we were younger.
It's crazy because we discussed it before. And if you're going to make cannabis legal, basically do it in the right way. Like they're trying because recreationally. You can have it, right? But now they're saying what? Medicinal, that legally, you can sell a certain amount recreationally. Am I correct on that? I think so. Yeah,
with a micro license.
Well, you could sell it recreationally. So they're getting on board with that. Everybody, I don't know why there's such a problem. If you're going to legalize it, just start there. Have every state, federally, do that.
Well, they can't. I'm
just saying, but it's so easy and it'll work so well.
It won't work, dude. The church is powerful. Big Pharma is powerful. They will fund campaigns against that because it's against their monetary interests.
They're not going to be. I don't think they're going to have the power that they once had. anymore because they're corrupt. Come on.
Well,
In my opinion, they're corrupt.
No, they are.
Obviously,
But every
big pharma's corrupt, and we know that, right?
you could tell that with what's his name getting
100%.
shot, or what's his name getting shot, and nobody really cared. Well,
And then all that stuff came out about like 60% of claims getting denied outright, and that was policy.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, that was messed
Yeah.
up. Yeah, and he apparently that CEO was talking about that, saying that was something that he had to put together. Like
Yeah.
that we're like, you know what, we knew that these claims are gonna get denied. This is why nobody really cared.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
So
no,
you're
it's what
telling
they
me
cared.
that I'm giving you money every month, and then something happens where you're supposed to have my back because I had faith in you, and you screw me.
Essentially, yeah. Yep.
People are losing their cars, their mortgages.
You know what? Once again, the fact that it's amazing that this great country of ours can't get it together as far as like healthcare, pharmaceuticals.
I think we're on
affordability.
the right path now. I think it's going to get better.
I'm hoping we're on the right path
But
right
again, that's why you got to look out for yourself the best you can, and
Well,
you
once again,
understand,
when a fish wriggles, it starts from the top, right? So basically, it really is. It really does
when
come
a
from
fish wriggles.
When a fish wriggles, yeah,
when a fish wriggles,
How does the fish wriggle?
starts at
it starts at the top, right? So it starts with Donald Trump, right? So.
Excuse me.
So when whoever puts into place as far as healthcare, as far as he puts in whatever, we'll see what happens. I mean, we don't know. We sit there and we hope, that the people he puts in charge are, competent enough.
And I feel like anyone, if I went and became president now, I'd do a better job than what was in place before us, in my opinion. Of course, I don't know much about politics. All I know is, again, how it affects me, and that's when I say, all right, this is crazy. We're getting abused. Like, we got abused by our government for so long, as far as like pricing of shit, and just we're human beings. We have the right to have free water. We have the right to have free air, free land. Like, we don't like, who's to say like this is mine? It's just so controlled.
Yeah.
I think for years, not just it's nothing new, but we're not supposed to be living like this. You're not supposed to be 9 to 5 under a fluorescent light every single day. It's no way to live.
Sure, absolutely.
And I don't know, like, and I do my best to not have that experience for myself,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not the way we're meant to live, but everybody's so wired to think that this is the way to live. You have to be miserable, you have to be sick, you have to have something wrong, and you're not supposed to be happy. If you're happy, something's wrong. Like, come on, and for so long we've been brainwashed and dumbed down, and the power that we really have inside of us is like, just so people don't tap into it anymore, because we were taught a certain way, in schools and by parents, and shit like that.
Sure, no, absolutely. What would make you happy?
I'm happy already.
You are a happy
I am.
person. Like, what would make you? Is it like money or just health?
Freedom.
Freedom.
I think the feeling behind money, sure, like money will make me happy. Yeah, of course.
The money will make a lot of people
the
happy.
feeling of freedom is what you're going for.
Financial independence.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't, not to have to like be nice to people at your job that you don't want to be nice to, or get up early with an alarm clock. That makes me happy.
Okay, so if you were Mark,
So office space.
Basically, yeah.
So if you were Mark Zuckerberg, or if you were Elon Musk, or if you were like, you'd be happy. You think?
No way. I wouldn't want to be them. I would be happy with
You can't say more money than
being me with money. I don't want to
being
be
you with
them.
money.
I want to
Okay.
be myself with an, just be like, all right, yeah, I got it. Not how am I gonna, but again, I think money is a vibration too, and you have, it's
Yeah.
all a vibration. And if you feel lack all the time and you act in a place of lack, you're gonna continue to attract lack into your life.
That's
if
true.
you have an abundance mindset,
That's
Am I
true.
good with money? No. If I make $700, I spend $900. I'm not great with money, but I feel like I don't want to have a lackful mindset. I feel like it feels better to me to focus more on
Right.
what I want, and being in that feeling place of abundance.
I would like money. I don't know. Like I said, I would want money being me.
Yeah.
Instead of being somebody else.
Hey, you
That
don't
would
wanna
make
be
sense.
Mark
But I don't.
Look at his
Oh, I would Mark Zuckerberg. Once again, that much money turns you crazy.
Like,
Like
Clearly,
that clearly. So
It does something to your ego. It just,
well, look at Elon Musk. He's that Nazi.
Oh, my God.
So
I think-
Elon Musk has that Nazi. he he did that whole Nazi thing,
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
goodbye. We could put it up there. So you have to ask yourself: you're that rich and you just don't care.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
look at you're like. Can we actually? You can play that. There it is. Look at that. Look at that. Like, you gotta have look at that. Is that a gift?
Oh,
like,
my
you gotta have
good Lord.
so many balls, so like a set of 3 balls to do that and not care, and then go off on it. And
Who cares?
look at this. He actually had references here.
Jews would probably.
He actually had references here, which is actually pretty crazy. So, he Jesus, this guy. So, he got a lot of crap for that, as you can imagine.
Well, he had to know going in. That was definitely an attention getter. It was on purpose. 100%.
I think so. Because on
100.
X, he wrote back, well, I got a lot of crap for that. And so he was like, all right, so he's like, don't say yes to Nazi accusations. People will gobble anything down. I didn't know what these references were. His pronouns would have been he, Himmler. Like he had this whole thing. He's like, I did that, but I bet you not. I hold on. He's like, I did that, but bet you did not see that coming.
Not.
Yeah.
These are things. So so I think he set this stuff up, and of course these references were plays, and I guess I'm not good at history, but the references he played on his words were Hitler's deputy party, Rudolf Hess, Nazi propagandist Joseph Goebbels, and Gestapo creator Hermann Göring, and Heinrich Himmler, who was, of course, in charge of racial extermination. Everybody knows that one.
I feel like this is all a big show. It
is a big show. Did you see the comedians talking about that? They were talking about the theme song to MAGA. Don't know much about history.
Oh, because of that?
Yep.
So I think with Mr. Musk, he knew what he was doing.
100%.
And he knew it, and even by Xing this or Twittering this stuff, best you not see that coming. He's just looking.
Yeah, he's making light of it. Like he's making jokes. Like,
he's making jokes of it. But there's certain things that you don't make jokes of. I mean, this is
Yeah.
something that I think is a little
The
bit.
Jewish community was pissed. I mean, they're like, you're kind of minimizing that atrocity.
I mean, believe me when I say, when he did it, he knew what he was doing, but I think they maybe over sensationalized it by saying that him and all Trump. That I think they were saying that all Trump supporters are like, they support Nazis and they support racism. But they put
and I agree.
So a lot of people putting that's not cool either. Like, I agree that
they would have found something with anything. If it wasn't that, they would have found a problem with something else.
But on the other side,
yes.
if you think about it, on the other side, it came right after he pardoned that hate group, that Nazi hate group that was at the January 6th riots. So it was like 2 things happened in a row, and I think that's why people lost their minds. And I definitely think it was staged. So
yeah, I think a lot of it was staged as well. But political wise, that's what we're talking about it. People click on it.
Yeah,
right.
How about that dude that was released 2 days later? He was shot and killed by police.
Who's that?
The January 6th rioter that was in there. One of the people that was beating up police. 2 days later, a cop pulled him over and they shot him.
Oh no! Really?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
No kidding. How about
the guy with the eye patch?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Like, the January 6th, like, they got pardoned, and I was like, okay, that happened. And they made a kind of a big deal about it, but then they were like, but Biden also, out of nowhere, pardoned all of his people. So it was funny. It was almost like just 2 people just kind of colliding, and it just kind of canceled each other out, showing that each party is just, they can
100%. Yeah, no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it.
It's just, I don't know, man. But Trump's our president.
Do you know
we deal with it.
I had a dream about Donald Trump.
In bed?
No. Wait, close. I dreamt about him before he even became the president or anything. Even maybe like 2014, around there. And I dreamt that, number one, he had an enormous dick. Like, his dick was enormous.
Where is this coming out of?
I
had that same dream.
You did, right?
See, that one doesn't surprise me.
It's like one of those falling, like one of those dreams where you can't run, but it's very common. No, but he had a huge dick. And then I dreamt about him again after he became president, and I was trying for some reason to become part of whatever he does and Q, whatever,
Yeah.
And he told me, he said, no, not this time, maybe next time. Like, he actually rejected me out of it. But I dreamt about him a couple times, and I don't know, I like him. I like him because when I used to watch, I don't know much about him, but he's a successful guy, obviously, whatever. Mm-hmm. And when I used to watch
he's the president of the United States.
Right, when I watched The Apprentice, oh, thanks. I'm
just saying, though, he's a successful guy.
Before that, even, and I just loved his. I like the bluntness. I like the directness. I love people like that. I love people that are real, and that just say what they have to say without. I mean, you don't want to hurt people. I'm never out to hurt anybody and stuff like that. But everybody's gonna when you're a comedian. We do comedy. Something's gonna trigger somebody along the lines of some way. You know what I mean? I do jokes that are not even that offensive, but somebody will get offended by it if they have that weakness inside of them, or that they look for any kind of attention through being offended, or I'm offended. And everybody, somebody's gonna trigger some. But I love people that are real. I love people that are direct. I love that. And I'd rather the harsh truth than like a lie, like I don't like that.
That's a great way of looking at it, because you're right. As a comic, it's like you're getting it straight out of the, it's coming right at you.
Right,
so there's nothing soft about it, and there's nothing soft about Donald Trump either. Like he comes out and he lets you know, like that guy lets you know.
I just love people like that. That are direct, that are brave enough to be honest and direct. Because most people that are lie or that are fake, like they're weak and they're hiding something, or ashamed, or whatever. Some people are just shy, whatever. But I just love, even let's say like dating wise and going like relationship wise, like I'd rather a guy be like, listen, I want to fuck other people. This isn't working out for me, rather than trying to like do it behind my back and sneak, and like just be direct and honest. And I appreciate that. It should not be like, what's it called? Like, the harsh truth. It should be harsh lies. Like, because why should the truth ever be harsh?
That's true.
It's the truth.
Right, exactly.
And if someone feels that way and
but people are afraid of the truth.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
because people get offended. Because people get offended.
Exactly. Or they don't want to look within and say, oh, maybe you're right.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Well, you know what? I mean, that's our political talk, of that. But you're absolutely right. The fact that we're comics, the fact that I agree with you 100% that if you're going to say something, and this is probably why I like him as well, is because of that. Is because, he's direct and he tells you what he wants to say. But at the same time, President Trump, like, there's certain things that maybe you might want to temper a little bit, because it's kind of like, they're like, if he gave a Nazi, look, I understand, right, that you have. Yeah, I totally understand that, you got to be direct. But if he went up there and meant to do the Hail Hitler, then it's kind of like, all right, you got to maybe, I know that's how you feel, but you know how you feel, but you got to tone that one down.
Yeah, that's not,
You don't want to be honest in your racism, I guess.
Well, no.
I guess you can do it that way. But we're going to talk one more thing before we get out of here. And I caught this because I just think they're so stupid and people are getting injured about it. What do you guys think about gender reveals? If you have a baby, and we have a couple people that we have friends that are they're going to have kids this year.
Okay.
And I want to know what you guys think about gender reveals. Ming, I want to know what you think about gender reveals, because I think they're stupid. It's a reason. It's a reason to party. It's a reason to party for something stupid. It makes no sense to me. And the truth of the matter is, who cares?
That's right.
Who cares if you're having a boy or a girl? Does anyone care?
Yeah, all of Asia.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're only two. What do you think, Ming?
It's 2025, right? I thought there were no genders anymore. So why are we revealing
Oh, wow.
Why are we revealing them? There's no genders anymore. So
That's right.
yeah, no, these parties are they're idiotic.
Am I the only one that wants to know the moment that doctor knows what
Oh, yeah, no,
what
yeah.
See,
I want
wanna
to be able
wait.
to prepare. I want to know, am I buying pink or blue? I want to know shit.
Yeah.
I'm more with the
That's it.
I will buy the mint and the lavender color with the yellow, and I'd wait till the baby's born, because I just like that element of surprise. Like, it's more exciting than I don't know.
Exactly.
For
Than
me.
having a balloon go
Believe
off.
me, if I'm having a baby, I'm already surprised.
Yeah, here it
Me
is.
too.
Because I tell you right now, it was unintentional.
They're just so stupid, and people are getting injured from them.
Yeah.
Like here, a couple in California, they were charged with 30 crimes. 30 right?
crimes.
30, right? For sparking a deadly wildfire with their gender reveal party.
Wow.
So basically, they hit 30. Well, you know what? You couldn't have this party, so you hit with that crime. You can't have this. Kids, you can't have 30 of them. Look,
What was it?
Oh, wow.
Was it a boy or a girl?
All we know is he came out flaming.
It was
yes.
It was neither. They got caught in the deadly wildfire.
Okay.
Destroyed 5 homes, killed 1 firefighter. Killed.
Look at that. See,
Wow.
see, now that little kid had nothing to do with this, and that little kid's gonna grow up and be like, that was my fault.
Was it a
What
boy or a
was
girl?
Dad's fault?
It was his parents' fault.
Couldn't you put a cake with like pink or blue frosting? Like what
Exactly.
the hell? What the
Something
hell? You had to
like
blow
that.
stuff
Oh
up.
my
Well, what did they do? Fireworks?
It's a pyrotechnic device. Spark.
Okay.
Destructive Alfredo fire.
Mom, you gotta
destroyed 5
swallow.
homes. Yeah.
Oh my God! You can't do that. You got to swallow, Mom.
Gotta-
You can't do that. And look at this. And even
Oh, you gotta pull
several
out.
years ago, here, 2 people died in a plane crash during a gender reveal party in Mexico.
How?
Well, there. Okay,
Did
there was
they
a,
do it in the cockpit?
no. There was a party. There was a party, and they were gonna drop, I think, blue or pink, and then they dropped the blue and pink. It went up, and then I think it was like a girl, and then the plane went up and hit the ground.
That
and
means
was
a
that.
stillborn.
Oh my gosh! But who does that? You know, it's like they were all cheering when the plane went down. No, I get it. You might think that that's a part of it, but that wasn't a part of it. Somebody died.
Yeah.
You know, for a gender, is this it? Plane crashes during gender reveal.
shit.
Look
Oh,
at
it was a
that.
girl.
What? It was a girl.
It was a girl.
Listen, when I joke about, I don't take death. See, I don't see death as a bad
There it
thing.
is. There it
Oh,
goes.
shit.
There it goes.
In Mexico,
Hey, look at everybody. Look at everybody getting all happy. Woo!
fill the air with
Not the husband. He's like, I wanted a boy.
Look at this. Look at this. Whoop! There it goes.
That's a pilot flying that, or is that a remote control?
No, that was a pilot. Someone
Are you
died.
sure?
Yeah, 100%.
Jeez, it
Some
looks
guy-
like a remote control plane. Like that looks like.
Like, come on, man. You can't be doing
That's
that.
big. That is
Mexico
big.
turning deadly after the pilot
Like-
fired to fill the air with pink smoke.
Oh, it's a girl.
Like, you can't. Well,
Yeah, it
congratulations.
says here pilots died after the plane he was flying crashed
shit.
in Mexico. It's a Mexican plane. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
different
I'm
safety
like,
standard.
Well, I guess so. But they were. Look at that. Look at that. Jeez. Boom.
That's what happens when you try to fly over the wall.
Well, that's.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so. I love it.
I don't, like I said, I don't take that seriously. I don't see it as a bad thing. I joke around. I don't wish anybody to mourn or grief about anybody. It's just jokes.
It is just jokes, right? But yeah, I mean, you see that they're stupid. I don't know the point of it. I just wanted to bring it up. Don't know why. But we'll put an end on that. It was a girl. Congratulations to the girl that just got born and somebody just passed away because of it. But we do hope you enjoyed this episode of Comics and Cannabis. Always, guys, feel free to like, subscribe, so we can grow our vision of fusing entertainment and cannabis to the next level. So until then, guys, thank you for being here, and we are out.
Thank you. Bye.